So today is the day we're overseeding our backyard. It's finally time to overseed the backyard. I've waited long enough since spraying Tenacity, and I can't really wait any longer because the weather's starting to heat up here. So let's get to it and see what we're going to be doing. So I have prepped the lawn so it is ready for overseeding. I mowed it this morning. So we're going to get on with seeding. So we're going to get the seed down first. I'm going to go around to any bare spots and just put a little bit more seed on there. So it's almost, instead of an overseeding rate, I'm going to go as a new lawn rate on those bare spots. There's a few around. I had to add some topsoil to some holes where I removed the mushrooms, if you watched one of my previous videos. So I want to make sure that it's not really an overseeding there, it's like a new lawn on those small patches. So I filled them in with topsoil, they're ready to go. So we'll get the seed down, we'll get some fertilizer down, or start fertilizer, we'll get the Tenacity Pre-emergent down, and then we're going to top dress. I don't have enough peat moss to top dress everywhere, so I'm only going to top dress certain parts of the lawn or some areas, see how far I get. But let's get to it and we'll start getting the seed down. So I decided to go for Scott's sun and shade mix. We get a good bit of sun and a good bit of shade here. I thought this would be the best option. The grass that I have here is kind of random. It hadn't been looked after for a long time, so I'm trying to get into a place where I can work with or know what seed I have down here. I may have to do a full overhaul at some point, but for now I thought this might be the best option to fill in all the bare spots and get me a nice lawn for the summer. So after you've got your seed in your spreader, you want to make sure you've got the right setting for what application you're doing, whether you're doing a new lawn or an overseed. So let's take a look and see what setting I meant to use here. So there are two settings here. There's not much difference, but if for a new lawn it's 9.5 on the rotary spreader, or it's 8.5 if you're overseeding. So I'm going to go for the 8.5 setting because I am overseeding, and I'll go back to the areas that are new or going to be new. So I'm going to start with the edge guard on and go all the way around the perimeter of the yard. I'm going to miss two parts here. So down the bottom, down here, there's a lot of moss, and that's where we're going to be putting our shed. So we're not going to be putting seed down there, it'd be a waste. And then over here, we're putting our, what do you call it, flower bed? What do you want to call that? Our fruit and vegetable garden, there we go. Wife's in the middle of building that right now. So I'm not going to seed over there. So we was taking off maybe 1,000 square feet off of the overseed, so I just want to make sure that I do use that as my perimeter, and then we can go and fill in the middle. So let's get to it. It's starting to get a little bit warm today, but I'm a little bit out of breath as well. But we got the seed down, now it's time to go around with the tiller. Sort of till up the soil a little bit, sprinkle a little bit more seed on, get it up to the new lawn rate, and we can get our starter fertilizer down. So I'm going to work my way around the yard, doing exactly what I've just done there, making sure to get some good even coverage and make sure I've tilled that seed in just a little bit. It doesn't have to be very deep. So next for this overseed is fertilizer. I'm going to use some starter fertilizer from Scott's. I'm not going to linger around on this too much. There are many starter fertilizers out there on the market. I've just got Scott's left over from last year, so that's what I'm going to use here. Just make sure you've got your setting right on your spreader and you apply at the right rate, then you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead, get the starter fertilizer down so we can get moving on with the Tenacity. Now that you've got your starter fertilizer down, you're going to want to go and apply your pre-emergent. You could have this in granular form, or you can use Tenacity. I have Tenacity, so I'm just going to use that as my pre-emergent here. So I'm going to get the ratios mixed up, make sure I've got my gloves on, my goggles on, and then I can go and spray. I'm going to do a blanket application. So we've got the Tenacity down on the lawn. A lot of back and forth and a lot of walking. I'm a little bit tired after that, I'm not going to lie. But one more step to go, and that is get the top dressing down. Now I've only got 6 bags of peat moss, so my plan is to use a peat moss on areas that are new, or it's not an overseeding, it's more of establishing a new patch. So I'm going to work on them first. I'm just going to let the Tenacity dry, I guess. So I'm going to wait another half hour or so, get the peat moss on, and then I'm going to wait another couple of hours, and then I'm going to turn the irrigation on. So I'm going to fast forward to the point of me having the peat moss on the lawn. Nobody needs to see me doing that. Many ways to do it. You can get a roller with the holes on it. I think there's a couple of brands out there. I think you can rent one from a couple of stores. I haven't done that, couldn't get one. I haven't bought one, so I'm going to go with the shovel and hand method. So it's not going to be pretty, but so we'll catch up once I've got that down, and we'll see how it looks. So peat moss down, you can see right there, I was able to spread 6 bags across this 10,000 square foot lawn here. Probably could have done with another bag, probably another bag or two to get a better coverage, but I'm really happy with how I was able to spread that out. It's a lot of hard work. Got the shovel there, I used my hands a little bit, but it's down now. So we'll leave it another hour or so before I turn the water on. It's getting a little bit buggy out here. I'm hungry, want a beer, so I need to go inside and take care of that. But if you do like my content, please consider watching one of my other videos in the lead up to this video. I'll put them up on the screen here somewhere, and yeah, consider subscribing to the channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.